Hello, everybody, and welcome into True Bants episode 14. We're calling this one the Call of Cthulhu episode part 1 because we're doing part 2 this Sunday. We're calling it the Call of Cthulhu episode because that's what we'll be doing starting these next few Sundays for Martin Mancini's books, our sponsor, to celebrate the 5th book coming out, Nightmares Fall on the Snowman. It's a good read. Go check it out on Amazon. We do want to remind you that while we've been given full permission to do this story, we ran it by Mr. Mancini, uh, this does not make our story canonical in his books. We are quite literally taking the setting and doing something ourselves, and the story was approved by him, but that doesn't mean that what we're doing has any actual bearing on the story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We want to get that out of the way right away so that when we do this, I think you said it's like a 3 or 4 part thing.
Three or four.
Yeah,
I don't.
we need to
I
get
don't.
this out of the way so that we don't have people getting confused.
Yeah, I don't plan on it to be going any longer. The only way I'd go extra long is if you guys, I don't know, really got hung up on one minor detail, kind of thing.
That all depends on Mark.
I mean, I don't know. But there are puzzles. I think. I don't know. Yeah.
We're recording this one a little late because grocery shopping got the better of me today.
I feel that. I feel that, dude.
I was going with a friend and then he slept in late, which is fine, but then we got a late start and then we were in absolutely no rush. And then when I had last checked the time, it was like 11:30. I'm like, I've got plenty of time. And then all of a sudden, I was on the road coming back home, and my time had gone very, very far away.
That's how it happens, man. It flies by when you want it to go slow, and then it goes slow when you want it to fly.
I'm not too bent out of shape about it.
Sorry.
There's philosophical areas of thought on this whole issue. Basically, it's you can actually manipulate the flow of time based upon your mindset.
Yeah, I mean, I guess and it's all about perception.
Well, I saw a video. I think the guy's name is Veritasium on YouTube. He was talking about how time seems malleable. How if you're say sitting in line at the DMV, how it seems to crawl,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're off doing something that's actually entertaining and fun, your brain will remember like the big bits and pieces, but it will overwrite the small bits and pieces with the big bits and pieces, making time freaking fly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell you now, there's nothing worse than sitting in line at the DMV. You've got, ticket number 10, and they just called ticket 2, and it seems like an eternity passes before they call your number. Compare that to, say you get to enjoy your one day off, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to try to be productive today. And then the next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and you have to get ready to go to work the next day.
As I was telling Flame, I've got plenty of days off this week, so doesn't matter.
You all right?
I'm doing just fine. I was supposed to take. My boss doesn't do schedules well. We'll put it lightly and try to keep it as friendly as possible, but they don't do schedules well. And I had just gotten like 3 weeks of just nothing but straight going hog wild without any kind of days off except for the two that I have marked off on as unavailable, and then so it seems like it's kind of just like this is the way it's gonna go. You know, you got your 3 weeks where you're doing something. Now you got whatever amount of time you're not doing anything. And I was supposed to have a shift tomorrow, but uh, that was because somebody was selected for jury duty, and apparently that must have fallen through because they started texting everybody that was impacted by all that, and they're like, "Hey, we don't need you anymore. Stay home." I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, I can relate to that one too. You know, thinking that I'm going to be called in and then discovering, you know, they don't need me to actually show up now. Yay!
That's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of the thing with me. I can't. It sucks that I'm not going to be getting any hours or whatever, and it's kind of stressful that money's going to be whatever it is at that point. But I'm looking for a new job, so getting into petty arguments about silly shit right now is useless. If I sit here and start arguing every little thing now, I'm just going to burn myself out, and to what end? It's just not worth it.
You'll start to feel like Bilbo did, you know. Too little butter spread over too much bread. I'm spread thin, Gandalf.
I don't even feel spread thin anymore. I don't know what kind of mindset it is, other than I don't want to say defeatist, because defeatist is the wrong thing, because I don't feel hopeless or anything. It's just I don't care. I just don't care.
Indifference.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is pure indifference. I just cannot be bothered anymore.
Well, you know, guess what? You're halfway there to, you know, mastering the subtle art of not giving a fuck, dude. You're halfway there.
I've had to give up looking for jobs because, you know, it's still that awkward time of the summer where everybody's still clinging on to their part-time job before they go back to school. So I'm not even looking for work. You know, I'm just kind of screwing around until finally September shows up. I didn't want to have another summer of Mare, but that's just what was in the cards.
Yeah, yeah, that'll happen, dude.
I actually considered like applying to the jail just because I was like, damn, I'm bored.
I wouldn't if I were you.
I certainly,
You
I
know,
was like when you have those fleeting thoughts where you're just like, fine, to hell with it, I'll just do this then, and you're not serious. That's
I
what
will.
that thought process
Yeah, you're
was.
like, I might throw away everything I stand for just for survival.
Well, maybe I
nah, but
just do
see,
this then.
his job wouldn't be the same as yours, though, Flame.
My job is helping mental patients. That is my job, and it fucking sucks.
His job would be making sure that jail runs on a tight ship, making sure that bottom line is well taken care of.
You're baiting me into some serious jokes that we're not allowed to make.
He's going to be pulling an Arpaio, and he's going to be making sure all them prisoners have bologna sandwiches and water to drink, and that's it.
Hey, water and bologna sandwiches is all you need to live. Ask my grandpa.
Yeah, but you know, tell the bleeding hearts fleeing California that back in the 2000s when they were complaining about how Joe Arpaio and that big for-profit prison outside of Phoenix were, you know, basically treating, you know, the inmates. They had them working outside in the desert heat. They had a steady supply of potable water to drink, and all they got to eat morning, noon, and night was fucking bologna sandwiches.
Ugh.
Guess what, man? You broke the law. You forfeited your right to some privileges, in my opinion. Maybe if I'm in a good mood, I'll go down to the Wally World and I'll get you a big thing of, you know, mayonnaise, and we could put some mayonnaise on them dry ass bologna sandwiches. But other than that, you're getting what you're getting.
It's gonna be Miracle Whip too. Ugh.
Not even proper mayonnaise.
Fake
You
mayo.
ain't get you ain't getting no Hellman's or no Blue Plate. None of that shit. You're getting Miracle Whip.
That's one of my favorite oxymorons is fake mayo, because something can't be any faker than mayo. And then somebody's like, well, hold on. Have you tried my product Miracle Whip yet?
Dude, there is a clear difference between actual mayonnaise and Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip is shit. I'm gonna
Like,
say that now. That stuff is terrible.
if I'm gonna be making myself a sandwich, which I do with some regularity, I am a mayonnaise man. I want actual mayonnaise. Now I kind of draw the line though because they have this product called sandwich spread, which is basically mayonnaise with like extra shit in it. And to me that's just pretentious.
I stopped.
Well,
I stopped.
no, go on.
I stopped eating mayo because my girlfriend doesn't like it, and I'm like, oh, I don't even need it. So I was just like, it's easier not to make two separate things. I'm just not going to use it.
Yeah, my my mom my mom knows I'm a big anime fan and all that stuff, and she's like, I guess she went to a store one day and she saw the Japanese mayo.
Oh,
She's
no.
like, oh hey, that's in those shows he watches. So she got me a thing of Japanese mayo. It's honestly not bad, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
but see, like they don't sandwich with their stuff. Like they use it as like a condiment for just about everything. Like they'll put some mayo on curry to
Yeah.
mild out that spice,
Oh
which
yeah.
is a legitimate use.
Dude, I learned that like after my first use. 'Cause I threw it on a sandwich and I was like, okay, this ain't sandwich mayo,
This is
but it's
different.
good. Yeah. So I just started putting it on a few spicier things. And I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, because like the anime trope is like put some mayo on chili or curry or anything spicy
Mm-hmm.
because how they make their mayo will actually just kind of mellow the spice out a little bit. It's kind of like putting an ice cube in some scotch.
Yeah, it dilutes it.
If you dilute the scotch so slightly, your tongue will actually go, oh, wait a minute. Ooh.
Oh, trust me, I know, I know. Remember who you're talking to.
There are people in this country who get very uppity. You're ruining it by putting ice in it. And I'm like, no, I am enhancing my enjoyment of the beverage, sir.
People gotta
Look,
mind their own business how people enjoy certain things. Just leave it be. You're
look,
not being forced to eat it or drink it that way. Just shut up.
Yeah,
I knew a guy that
like
would throw hands over that.
that whole thing about you're not, eating slash drinking slash consuming that in the proper manner. It's like,
You're diluting the
who fuck,
whiskey. It's not
who
good.
cares?
Right.
Who gives a shit?
Look, we're all gonna get drunk by the end of the night. So shut up and let me have my shots.
Like there are people who say that the Russians will kill you for putting ice in vodka, and I'm like, I fucking don't care.
Mm. Do you see
I'm
any
not drink.
Russians around?
About to say I'm not drinking with Russians. I'm not that stupid.
You might have a higher tolerance than most, but the Russians take it to a professional level.
And I don't like vodka, so there's that.
I have to ask what your opinion on poutine would be then.
I don't know if I've ever had poutine. It's not that I don't like
It's
the flavor of vodka. Vodka is good. I refuse to drink vodka anymore because vodka was one of my I guess you'd call it trigger drinks. It's one of those things if I start drinking, I'm gonna try to finish the
it's
bottle and
your it's your gateway alcohol.
yeah, I guess gateway alcohol. So I don't drink vodka anymore because you know I'm watching what I drink. I'm trying to
If
keep my
you
alcohol contention down.
I'll be back in a
if you
second.
don't like if you don't like vodka, chances are you probably won't like poutine because poutine is basically just potato whiskey, and
Oh, okay, okay. Then I've had poutine. I've had.
potatoes is what they use to get to vodka like 90% of the time.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. Yeah,
It's just
I know
made in a
exactly what you're
different
talking about now.
fashion.
I know
It's
what you're
made
talking
in
about.
a different fashion, and it's dangerous
Hmm.
because the Irish have actually figured out a way to make it not hurt so much.
That leave it to me, brethren, to make to make the one of the
There's
most destructive things to your some of your internal organs be easy to consume.
there's only one kind of alcohol I've tried, and I've tried several different variations, but I still don't like it, and it's gin. Ugh.
Gin, gin to me has been and always will be that mixer of you've got to mix it with something or there's
Like
no point drinking it.
I have though. That's the problem. I've had several different things that gin is a main component of, and I'm still like I can't quantify it. It's just ugh.
I'm back.
Well, I guess it
But
depends on what it's mixing with. What did you have?
two,
Remember?
well, I had a gin and tonic with
Oh,
lime.
there's your problem right there.
My
Gin and
problem
tonic aren't
though,
good.
my problem though is I'm an American, and I've always preferred ambers to clears, whether that
Yeah.
be Scotch, whiskey, bourbon, rye. It doesn't matter. I've always preferred ambers over, your clears,
Mm-hmm.
vodka.
Mm-hmm.
The only clear I've ever liked, and it's not the ever variety, so just to make that joke, ha ha ha.
Oh, we're
But
making jokes?
no, 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 no. There is a company. They were, quote unquote, the first legal shine distillery in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, called Old Smoky. I guarantee you've seen them.
Yeah.
But they have a straight shine, which is basically like a mulberry kind of a flavor to it. I
Yeah, yeah.
liked that.
Stronger.
I liked that, but it's again one of those that you have to be careful with. Now, the one I will tell you need to be really careful with is Soda Jerk. The root beer one, not so much, but the orange cream, that's dangerous. Insanely so. So what else have you fellas been up to today? I know, Mayor, you said you had some fun helping somebody.
Yeah, I went grocery shopping with a friend. He doesn't like grocery shopping by himself, and I'll just flat out refuse to go grocery shopping by myself, so it works out. And then we went to Taco Bell, and of course, Taco Bell at peak lunch hours is going to be like any other fast food restaurant, the opposite of fast. So
Yeah.
I ate my lunch slash breakfast at 1 p.m. So I have no idea when the hell I'm going to be eating dinner if I eat dinner.
Well, it depends on how big lunch was. Was it a big lunch?
Yeah, I mean, I had like I said, I've been up since 9, so I haven't eaten anything until 1. So I ate
Well,
a
that's what I'm
lot.
saying. Like if it was a nice big lunch, then you probably might not want to eat.
It's hard to tell. It's Taco Bell. I kind of just a flip of a coin as to how that's going to play out.
You're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and you're gonna be dying of hunger.
Probably.
That's what happens. Like if I decide
Yeah.
to eat one big meal and maybe have a snack later, I'll be like closing my eyes to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I'm starving to death. And I'm like, well, this isn't the time for that.
It's that paradox of, the Chinese buffet. Oh, I
Oh, the
couldn't eat
Chinese buffet.
I couldn't eat another bite. An hour later, I'm starving.
Yeah,
Oh, look, they brought out egg rolls.
I can't.
Somebody seen John Panette.
Rest in peace, King. Rest in peace, the King.
I don't like.
I went over to the motherland, and the first thing I went to was a restaurant. And I said "sono affamato," which is "feed me" in Italian.
I do not
It's
like
feed me,
egg
I'm
rolls.
starving. Really?
Yeah, I hate egg rolls.
You don't like egg rolls? No,
Hate
that's
them.
fine. I mean, what about spring rolls?
I don't know. It sounded too much like egg rolls, and I refuse to try them because if they got that crappy cabbage inside of them, I'm not gonna eat it.
Well, see, like the difference between an egg roll and a spring roll is a spring roll is basically coleslaw on the inside.
Oh, that's even worse, dude. That's so much worse.
It's not like super moist though. I mean, it's not dry, but it's not, you know, a swamp.
When I filed the paperwork to become the next president of the United States, as soon as I'm old enough, coleslaw is getting a hard ban.
Well,
What?
guess what? The entire South will rebel against the rest of the Union again because coleslaw is a staple.
Coleslaw is not to be served in restaurants.
And you and I,
It can be served
you and
in.
I will finally have something we legitimately disagree upon because coleslaw is delicious,
It is
sir.
absolutely horrendous.
You've just never had it prepared properly.
I've had it prepared in just about every way that you can imagine, and I've not once tried it in a way that I've liked it.
See, that's where you're wrong.
If you can make me a coleslaw I like, I'll be impressed. I'll leave it at that because
All right.
not only do I not like cabbage at all, which is like the whole
Challenge,
thing,
challenge accepted.
I don't like whatever goofy shit you mix inside that cabbage either. I forget what it's called. Some sort of vinaigrette or whatever the hell. Ugh.
See, there's your problem right there. You're eating a vinaigrette-based coleslaw. That no, get that shit off my table.
What is it then? What is Daddy Trucker's magic coleslaw that somehow is supposed to win over a lifelong hater?
You get purple onion,
Okay.
specifically purple or red onion,
Yeah.
cabbage,
Okay.
carrots if you're feeling frisky.
Right.
No.
You shred it. You
Of
shred
course.
all of it. And after you shred it, you chop it. And then
Sure.
once you chop it some more.
Okay, this is getting
Then you
excessive.
take no. You want the bits to be as small as you can get them,
Okay.
feasibly. And you get you some mayo. Now that Miracle Whip shit, actual mayonnaise. You mix that in, right?
All right.
Now, if you like your coleslaw a little runny, you get just a little like a twist on top for a bottle of soda, just a little bit of water, splash, stir, and then, and this is the kicker, this is the important part. You want a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then a little bit of sugar.
Well, okay, this hardly seems
No sweet and low, none of that like based alternative shit. You want actual sugar.
okay, but this is now just starting to sound unfair. You're basically just making Midwest salad where everything has to have mayo in it. You're taking out all the crap that makes it crappy ass coleslaw and then making it something that
That's
everybody's
because
gonna enjoy.
again, you have not had coleslaw prepared properly.
I didn't know that the proper
You've
way
had
was with mayo.
you you've
Yeah,
had
sounds like the Midwestern. That sounds like a Midwestern salad. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it
lie.
does.
you you
Yeah,
have
dude, that
had
ain't coleslaw anymore. That's just a Midwestern salad.
you have had the bastardized damn Yankee version of coleslaw, and they've ruined it like they ruined so many other
They had to
things.
have ruined it because it is absolute garbage. So basically, what you're saying is you're making the Midwest macaroni casserole salad with all the fixins minus the macaroni and
Yeah,
add coleslaw components.
yeah,
Yeah,
What the
that's
hell?
coleslaw. That is coleslaw. Now, if you're like in a more down home haha mood, You just don't chop it up as much. You leave it a little stringy. And guess what? It's an excellent side to have with some mashed potatoes and gravy and fried chicken.
See, I don't have any sides with that. You know, mashed potatoes and fried chicken is about all I can eat.
Look, this is the only time you're going to hear truckers say brown gravy is acceptable, and it's on mashed potatoes when you're eating those mashed potatoes with fried chicken and coleslaw. And if you're feeling particularly frisky and in a southern mood, fried
Fried what now?
okra.
Oh, okra. No, you keep your okra.
I'll say okra is an acquired taste because depending on how it was made and how you're eating it, fried okra is the only thing that almost makes me believe God is happy because fried okra is delicious. But okra and tomatoes, which is another way people cook it in the South and in the North, or they'll make like a tomato stew and then they'll throw in okra and just let it cook for a couple of minutes, and the okra is still crunchy and just bare.
That's
But
my.
if you overcook okra, it goes from crunchy to about the consistency of a booger. So
See, that's the
you
problem. I
got to
had
be careful.
I had undercooked okra the first and only time I've had it, so it was like a rock.
Yeah. Undercooked okra is terrible, dude.
I've always been willing to try it again, but I only know okra is the big green rock that tastes bad.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
so is overcooked okra though,
Yeah, but
because
that can be applied to everything.
you want
Anything
it.
over and undercooked sucks.
I mean, it's like pasta. It hasn't been cooked long enough when you bite into your pasta and there is an actual audible crunch.
I don't like my
But if you
pasta
bite
to have any
if you
kind
bite
of
into your
burnness.
pasta and it turns into mush, well, I mean, if you bite into your pasta and it's instant mush, that's way overcooked.
Well, yeah. I don't like
There's a balance.
I don't like that al dente nonsense.
Oh, I do. But see, I do the al dente route because you have to finish cooking it, properly. Again, to be it properly. So
Gonna
you make your sauce
we're gonna have
in
to
a separate pan. In a separate pan, crushed tomatoes, some sauce, a little bit of tomato paste, basil, parsley, a little bit of oregano. Get your seasonings in there. Bring that to a light simmer, and then in a separate pot, boil your pasta. Get it to al dente, right?
okay.
You want it to be al dente. No, no, no. Listen to me,
I'm
damn it.
listening.
It needs to be al
It's
dente for
not.
what comes next.
Okay.
Once the pasta is al dente, you take it and you strain it, and then you take that pasta and put it in the sauce. And then you kill the heat on your sauce and you let the noodles, your pasta, your spaghetti, finish cooking in the sauce. The residual heat of the sauce will finish cooking your noodles. They will be perfectly done. They'll absorb some of the flavor and seasoning from your sauce, and it'll be perfect.
Okay. I'm
My
going.
grandmother taught me this.
I need to keep things fair on the show because we clowned on Flame for far too long about baking macaroni and cheese and being super bougie. You're putting way too many steps in this damn spaghetti. Just cook the
That's
just cook the
exactly
damn noodles
one.
properly in the pot and then mix it later. Why are we screwing around with all this
No,
steps?
I'm with Mary
because
on this one, dude. That you're adding too many
bull,
steps.
We got so many damn steps to this.
bull, bullshit.
No,
How do you do your sauce then? Do you just cook the noodles and then put the sauce in straight out of a can or a jar
I make the sauce however the
over your
hell I.
pasta and it makes it cold almost immediately? Brr, bullshit.
I put the sauce in a pan and heat it up, and I do add my little
Okay,
customizations to it. I cook my noodles
okay.
proper, and then I add them onto the plate, as a separate entity, and then you can mix it up afterwards.
Okay, I have to ask
Your
this quick question
pasta
right
is
now.
going to be overcooked.
It is not. It's never been.
If you know how to cook pasta, it's not going to be
Yeah,
overcooked, Chuck.
it's
Mayor,
never.
I got a question for you.
What?
Do you do that thing of taking a little bit of the pasta water and mixing a little bit into the sauce so it sticks a little bit better? Do you do that?
No, why the hell would I do that?
I'm just asking. I know people that do.
You cook noodles to perfection. Leave them in the sink. They hold heat because they're noodles. And then you have your sauce that's already been heated to perfection. You killed the heat on it a little while ago because sauce doesn't take too long to heat up. You put the heat back on it. Make sure it's good and hot. Throw some noodles on a plate. Throw some sauce on your noodles. Mix it up when you sit down and eat. Throw your Parmesan or whatever the hell you want.
Thank you.
That's all you need to do. Now we're
Thank you.
introducing.
Next time both of you fuckers come for a visit, I'm gonna cook you a proper plate of spaghetti, and you're gonna see that
I'm
I'm
going.
right and you're
Listen,
wrong.
hold on.
Trucker.
I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong. What I'm saying is it's too many steps.
It's one extra step.
Hey, cooking for me
I-
is already too many
Total of
steps.
one.
Nah, if you're adding
gonna say
steps,
You are overcooking your pasta.
No.
No, it's
No, I'm
wrong.
not.
It
No.
is wrong. It is
I am
wrong.
not
it is wrong.
overcooking my pasta. I've never one time done it.
I'm sorry, Trucker, but I'm gonna listen to the dude who actually has Italian blood on this one because I do it the same way Mayor does, and it always tastes good.
Motherfucker. Okay, Trucker story time. My
No.
grandmother. Hang on. No, bullshit.
You're not the
no.
host. You don't
no,
get
no,
to
no.
make a decision. I'm hearing his story.
My grandmother, my dad's mom, grew up with a stepdad. He treated her better than her own fucking dad did, okay?
Yeah.
You know where this man was from?
Italy. I know you told
Sicily.
me this. Yeah.
He was from
You
Sicily.
You told us this 3 times.
I don't. I am reiterating,
yeah, he's reiterating it for the pod.
purpose.
So you sit there and you listen.
I am reiterating it for a purpose. This man taught my grandmother how to make pasta by hand. I don't do it because I'm way too lazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort.
But he taught her how to make pasta by hand. He taught her how to make spaghetti sauce by hand. He taught her the Sicilian method, which is the correct method. You boil that pasta until it is ever so slightly firm on the inside. We call that al dente. Then you drain it. Don't add that water to your sauce. You're
Ridiculous.
watering your sauce now. You take those, al dente spaghetti noodles, you put them in the sauce that is still on low heat, reduce the heat to nothing, turn it off. The residual heat from the pasta and the residual heat from the sauce will get together in the pot and make friends, and the pasta will absorb that last little bit of, moisture that it needs to go from al dente to cooked perfectly.
All right.
Mayor, you're overcooking your pasta. It's mush.
I promise you I am not. Here's the thing. And I'm going to squash this once and for all. You've known me for about 4 years. This is an easy question. What do I value above all else? Efficiency.
Simplicity.
Efficiency is what I value above all else. Efficiency and balance.
Same
By
fucking difference.
By adding an extra step, you're killing my efficiency, and that's why it seems nuts.
But it's not. You can do both of these things at the same time in the same amount of time. I am not making this harder.
I need to see this done in real life before I make an official judgment, but all I'm saying is adding an extra step makes my skin crawl.
Fine. Next time you come out, I'm cooking you a proper plate of spaghetti. You'll see that I'm right. And you'll have to admit it.
You do
You'll have to
realize.
admit it on recording.
You do realize.
You'll have to admit it on a recording that I am right and you're wrong.
You do realize that you're promising me and my girlfriend a unholy amount of spaghetti the next time we come down because
Yes.
you've promised us a $20 bucket of spaghetti and now you're going to make spaghetti.
Yeah.
I need to come visit one of these days.
I'm never gonna eat spaghetti again after that time that you're done. It won't matter if you're right or not.
It won't matter.
And
It's
by the
like I'm
way,
never touching it.
the bucket that you're talking about, it's not even spaghetti. It's a linguine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They just sell it as a bucket of spaghetti.
I gotcha.
And it's not $20. It's like fucking 30 now because inflation.
Right, but I mean, I'm just reporting it as I remember you telling me about it a year ago after I had gotten back home.
It's fine. Look, y'all come out to visit. I will make a proper plate of spaghetti,
You know what?
and we'll just see. We'll see.
You know what? We'll hold me accountable. The next time,
Well,
I
you
get paid,
you can even you can record me doing it,
here's
and then record yourself, not on camera because I know you don't do that, but
yeah, these people haven't
you
gotten
can
us to.
record me doing a TikTok of me showing our people how I personally cook my spaghetti.
These people haven't gotten us to 500 subscribers, so they're not seeing my face yet.
Yeah.
But here, this will hold me accountable for all of you. Everybody that listens, Trucker, Flame, here's what's going to happen. On this Friday, I get paid. So that following week, I'm going to have Thunder over, and I will cook spaghetti, and I'm going to do it exactly how you detailed it. And if you're right, I will come back on here the following week and tell you that you were right. But you have
You'll
to
eat your veggies.
tell me one thing though. How long do
What's
I
up?
keep these improperly cooked noodles in the sauce before I am allowed to eat my spaghetti?
A minute or two.
A
Not
minute
that
or
long.
two, that's fine. That's as long as it takes. That's as long as I would spend stirring the noodles into this pot of
Yeah.
sauce anyway. So that's not killing any efficiency. So far I'm not angry about this. I'm just annoyed that it's come to this point. This is what we'll be doing. I will cook this damn spaghetti in this ridiculous, inefficient manner, and I will report back. If it's better than how I've been eating spaghetti, I am a proper man with proper morals, and I'll admit that I'm wrong.
My coworkers, everybody, this is why I love them.
The great True Realm spaghetti off.
You're just not allowed to tell me how to make my sauce, or I'll kick you square in the nuts.
No. You make your sauce. You make your sauce however you want to, buddy boy.
Purposely screw it up and make Alfredo and tell you you're wrong just to be an asshole.
It's still hang on, no, wait. Hang on. No. Because it
Actually, I think
still works with
I was gonna
Alfredo.
say I think it would actually be better with Alfredo.
That my method still works with Alfredo because it will absorb some of the moisture from the sauce and it'll make your Alfredo sauce thicker.
Yeah, which
I
it needs to
still
be.
win. You got to do it too, Flame. Best part is this is cheap. A 16-ounce box of spaghetti costs like what? $1.20.
Trucker, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have done your method, I've done Mayor's method, and I've done my method. And I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't like spaghetti.
Well, then what the hell kind
That's
of
fine.
horse do you have in this race? Why do you?
Because I'm the guy eating popcorn and throwing water at you even every now and then to keep you angry and
This
have
is
fun with it.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Welcome to my life when I'm dealing with you when I'm arguing with Trucker.
You don't even have a real argument, is my point.
I was here to throw gasoline on the fire.
Trucker's
He
trying
took the spoon and put it in the pot and said, "I'm going to give this a nice big stir."
Trucker likes to wipe his wiener off on the curtains of my efficiency every once in a while, and it drives me nuts. I don't
I
know if I'm
am not
supposed to use the.
killing your efficiency. I'm not killing your efficiency. As a matter of fact, I am saving you the 2 or 3 minutes extra that you'd be boiling that pasta and overcooking it.
I'm gonna be 100% real with you. You're probably saving me a lot more time because my stove is shit.
I'll do your Alfredo version though if you want. I
That
love
sounds
Alfredo.
it sounds way better with Alfredo.
Yeah, I can't do red pasta sauce
Look,
anymore. Unless it's homemade, it makes me sick to my stomach.
None of you can see this, but I've changed the name of the episode because Truckers decided to get into a pissing match about cooking. This is now True Bants Cooking with Trucker. We'll name this Sundays the Call of
I'll
Cthulhu
just
True
call it.
Bants.
This was supposed to be called Cthulhu Part 1, right?
Yeah, it's now Cooking with Trucker.
I was gonna say I have something to talk about the Cthulhu game, but I don't think we're gonna do that anymore this session, so there's no point.
There's no point in doing it. We've only got 20 minutes, and we're already having fun with other stuff. The time to talk about the
I'm
Cthulhu
sorry,
stuff has been long past.
Oh, Trucker,
I
no,
didn't know. I
this is
didn't
what
know we had a
life
theme for
from
this
us.
one. I'm sorry.
This is
Well,
what people like.
let me be honest with you. I killed the theme before you even got on, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
It's because Flame is a terrible co-host once in a while, and he just doesn't talk.
I'm sorry, I had shit from my other job. They keep texting because they have more shit to bitch about. And I'm like,
Cornbread, but no, we're just gonna stop it. We're gonna stop it here with spaghetti.
What, you don't
what
want
did
to
you
talk?
say?
You
I
guys
don't know.
have it.
Is he roboting for you too?
He did for a minute, but I think he's back now.
No. But
You guys don't know the joy of hot water cornbread, man.
Didn't you make that?
No, I just made regular cornbread for y'all because hot water cornbread is, again, it's one of those things that I really like to eat when I can, but I'm too lazy to actually go about it myself.
I gotcha.
yeah, I get that.
It requires a cast iron skillet, a hot
Yeah.
one that you had in. You need hot water and a cast iron skillet that's been in the oven for like an hour at 400 degrees.
Okay.
But basically, you're making cornbread in the cast iron skillet, but you're not baking it. You're not cooking it on the stove top. None of that. The pan is gonna cook it, and the hot water that you're putting into the pan with the rest of the ingredients for your cornbread is also gonna cook it.
Yep.
It's an entirely different way to do cornbread, and I've had it 2 or 3 times in my life. I probably couldn't do it successfully because I was never taught how to do it, but I've seen other people do it. It is a different method of cooking cornbread.
My only problem with that is I can't really tell you why, but I've got a big beef with cast iron skillets. I just will refuse to own or use one. I don't know why, but I think it's because of all the memes about washing it and everything. Like everything about the cast iron skillet irritates the hell
You
out of me.
wash it. You wash it by hand. You do not put it in a dishwasher. You also need to dry it immediately. None of that air drying nonsense.
Yeah, see, that'll drive me absolutely up a wall.
And then every once in a while, you have to clean it. And by every once in a while, I mean like once every, you know, year.
Yeah, and that bothers me
You have to
too.
clean it. You have to clean it and then re-season. Not you're cleaning it after every use, right? But this is, clean it. Like completely get rid of the season
Oh man, yeah. See, this is
on the skillet,
way
and
too
then you
much
have to
work.
re-season it. Then you have to re-season it, which is, a labor of love. And
Too much.
if you don't do it properly, you got to start over and do it again.
Yeah, I wash everything by hand anyway because I don't trust dishwashers. But nah, man, cast iron
There's
skillets ain't it.
there's a reason why that, totally fictitious, but you almost believe it was real court case about the husband killing his wife because she completely ruined his cast iron skillet.
Mm.
Well, did you guys see at TikTok a while back? Like the dude was getting so much shite because he ground down his cast iron skillet to that mirror finish.
Cool.
Yeah, he polished it,
That's awesome.
which no, no,
That's
no,
cool as hell.
I'm the mayor.
no, it's not.
That's dope. I'm on this guy's side.
No.
You know, I want to shake this man's hand.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't like the cast iron skillet, so if somebody's making improvements to it, I'm all for it. Now you can actually clean the stupid thing. There's not a bunch of pox in the pan.
Yeah.
Pock marks,
My
a bunch of
guy,
divots. Ugh.
No more. You don't get that golf ball look on anymore.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth.
no,
It's
see,
sleek.
hold,
Space age cast
y'all,
iron skillet.
Mayor, is this,
y'all have
is
only
this
seen
Ray's Trucker's
cheap
blood pressure
cast
episode?
iron skillets. You get you at like a really good, like authentic cast iron, it's not what you guys are talking about.
You know what? This is gonna be the first time of the episode. Let's pull up a proper cast iron skillet. Let's make sure we know what we're talking about for the first time this episode. We should probably make sure that we're actually right.
Well made cast iron skillets are smooth. They're not, textured like y'all are talking about.
Oh, well, yeah, if you get this bougie one, the problem is Flame and I are only used to these stupid garbage awful uh camping supplies nonsense. And now
Well, yeah, that's
And Dutch ovens.
look now, Dutch ovens are great depending on what you're using them for, okay?
Mhm. I like cooking with
One
a
of the
Dutch oven.
best ways to use it One of the best ways to use a Dutch oven is to make fucking chicken and dumplings.
that is a nice looking pan. Okay, see, that's the thing. I'm used to these crappy cast irons that you can find in the camping supplies area, and they're straight garbage. That's the thing that I got a problem with.
Yeah, you're trying to compare, like an actual well-made cast iron to, the dollar store cast iron. Yeah, cheap cast iron's gonna look like shit, but a good quality cast iron is gonna look, well, good. It's gonna be smooth.
Hopefully.
The kind of long handled cast iron skillet that Grandma Sophie cooked, hams, bacon and eggs in over Calcifer's face.
That's one of those why doesn't mine look like that moments.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Ghibli movies, the theater that I went to the other day to see Deadpool and Wolverine, later this month they're having like a Ghibli fest
Oh, nice.
where like 4 of their screens are going to be dedicated to nothing but Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
So I immediately threw out my plans of taking the last bit of that voucher I told you about and going and seeing Alien Romulus. I'm going and seeing Howl's Moving Castle on the big screen
Sounds awesome.
Well,
because I didn't get to see it on the big screen when it came out in the United States.
you guys will be proud. I've actually only watched a Ghibli studio film.
What did you finally
Ooh, which one
watch?
did you watch?
Uh, the one with the Wolf Queen or Wolf Prince. What? How do you say?
Oh, Princess Mononoke.
I was gonna say the one of the ones I have not seen.
I don't hate it. It's not my favorite. It's not
You
bad.
also you also picked one of the environmental message movies because Hayao Miyazaki is an environmentalist.
Oh,
He's also an old school feminist. None of this, new stuff. But Mononoke, Nausicaa, a couple of the earlier Ghibli movies are, very, Fern Gully.
Ah, all I know is it
They're
wasn't bad.
just not. They're not obnoxious about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't bad. I liked it. Um, I've been told I need to watch Howl's Moving Castle.
And Totoro.
It's one of the best ones, man.
Yeah, Hell's Moving Castle is like the best.
Yeah, I've been told it's the best.
I
And
would
then
say
Hoyo?
I would say it's
Ponyo.
second best.
Ponyo, yeah. Ponyo is the next one I need to watch, what I was told.
I would say Howl's is second best. Spirited Away is the best because it was the first Ghibli movie to win an Oscar.
I would have to say that like to me the best one was Hell's Moving Castle, but my favorite one is Totoro.
My
Bus
neighbor
Cat.
Totoro.
Aren't you afraid of
Totoro
the
is
bus cat
awesome.
though, Mayor?
Yeah, I hate Cat Bus. Cat Bus is a demon, but every story has a villain, and in Totoro the villain is the Cat Bus, and it's not on screen for very long, so it's okay. Totoro defeats the Cat Bus.
Wait, the cat bus is the villain? I thought the cat bus was just means transportation.
No.
There's lots of transportation that's evil. There's a movie about that by Stephen King. I forget what that one was called.
Could not tell you.
What was that?
Death Taxi?
Caroline? No. Christine.
Christine, yeah. Christine was
Christine
evil.
is the one you're talking about. The car.
Yeah. Christine was evil. There's modes of transportation that send you to hell, like the ferryman's boat that takes you through the River of Styx and
Yeah, but you
Greek
gotta pay it.
mythology. That guy was that boat was pretty evil, and then you've got Bender Rodriguez turns into a werecar in Futurama. That's an evil mode of transportation.
Watched it.
Of course, because you lived under a
Green
rock, you have
Goblin's
to watch.
glider.
Yeah,
It's all list of things I'm gonna watch. Relax.
the Green Goblin's air glider is exactly another good point. That's another evil mode of transportation. Nothing is more evil than the cat bus in all of Totoro. That's just a fact.
I gotta ask you on the glider. Do you like movie 1 or movie 3 glider?
I like the glider from No Way Home.
That's too modern.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Tobey Maguire.
The
Toby,
proper
you like
movies.
Oh, then it's got to be movie 1.
Yeah, movie 1.
It's Norman
Thank
Osborn's
you.
glider, not Harry's glider.
Thank you.
The original Green Goblin's glider is always going to be the better one.
Thank you. I got into a fight with my brother about this because he's like, no, I like because we're watching Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because he's never seen it, so I make a marathon him with me. And he's like, I like that new Green Goblin glider. I'm like, I mean, it's not bad, but the OG is much better. He's like, no, that one's better. I'm like, why is that one better? He's like, it looks like a skateboard, dude. I'm like, oh, you stupid child.
No, look, if we're going with board-shaped transportation, Norin Rad, the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Silver Surfer.
The original Fantastic
That's
Four
another.
were
That's
great
another
too.
one.
Yeah, if they
That's
could bring
another
back
one, Mayor. Technically, the board was an evil mode of transportation because it was given to him by Galactus.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was.
So that is my proof that Cat Bus is evil. It's a evil little monster that should have never existed.
See, hang on, we're about to find out how good of friends we really are.
Oh, great.
Which Batmobile is the best Batmobile?
You are a dick.
I know.
Here's the problem with that question.
Chaos.
I only know of the original TV show Batmobile, and I've only seen the Christopher Nolan movies, so I can't really answer that.
My opinion is that the Michael Keaton Batmobile is the best Batmobile. Because it had a jet engine on it. Damn it. It literally used a jet engine for forward movement.
Yeah, that one is really cool. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
before. That
It
one's
also,
probably my favorite, honestly.
it also had the ability to get skinny. Like he could push a button in it and it would get skinnier so he could, drive through, like Gotham alleyways and
It just looks
whatnot.
like a
It was
really
cool.
cool old 1930s dragster. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched the movie, but I do like that Batmobile
Oh,
better.
but wait. If we're going to talk about, quote unquote superhero vehicles, nothing beats the Black Beauty.
I'm not looking that up on Google because I'm afraid of what will
No.
come
No,
up.
no. Hang on. Green Hornet, Black Beauty. That's how you want to do it.
All right, well, I'm going to put up the intermission screen just to be safe.
Say I know what he's talking about. It's been a while since I've
It
watched the
is.
Green Hornet, but I know what he's talking about.
It's a 1960s Chrysler Imperial.
Oh,
It is
yeah, that thing is
beautiful.
sweet. Yeah, that thing is sweet. We'll put it back on. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm being too cruel to Google. If I looked up Black Beauty, I forgot that's a horse movie
It's
too.
also a
That's probably
movie.
what would have come up. Google's just been known to screw people over when they're recording, so I was just not going to give it a chance to show us obscure porn and have force us to redo the whole episode. I mean, I guess I could have just edited
Yeah,
that
that
part out, but that's annoying.
that car, man. I don't remember exactly what year it is, but it's a late 60s Chrysler Imperial. Man, if I had the money. Oh boy. Check you out, Mr. Man. You're sitting right there beyond the Ohio State Trooper sitting just on the other side of the bridge support,
I
thinking
was
he's being all sneaky and we can't see him.
I was gonna
Yeah,
I
they
was gonna
love to do that.
I was gonna say what how handsome is this individual that you're catcalling a dude? I've never heard you do that before.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I was
Nah,
getting excited. I'm like, I
he's
want to see him.
he's
Take a
parked
dig.
like he's parked on the other side of the bridge support.
Nice.
So you kind of can't see him until you're right there. And he's got that little radar gun out and he's pacing people.
There's a cop that likes to sit in Green Bay that will sit underneath of a ramp to try to speed trap people. But the funny thing is by the time he gets his lights on and starts driving, if you're speeding, you're going to outrun him.
You're
He's not
you're
going to be able to.
gone.
Yeah, you're gone. You don't even have to be doing a ridiculous speed. Like if you're doing like 85 and a 70, you're going to blow right past him. He'll never see you. He's got to try to force his squad car up and over a hill, up the last bit of the hill, and then he's got to get up to highway speeds, and he's got to wait for it to be safe. It's the dumbest speed trap I've ever seen. Plus, it's right behind the on ramp. So he has to wait for people getting on the highway to pass, and then the 2 or 3 lanes of traffic that are already going about the same speed that he's pulling people over for. By the time you're doing that, you could just take an exit. You're like, oh, I was speeding. He'll
Look,
never
man,
see you.
I really had to take like the longest pee you've ever heard of, bro. I was gonna be pissing myself.
Okay.
That's why I was speeding, officer. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
I mean, be careful where you say that. I I know officers who they've got that stick up their ass and they're just here to be a dick.
I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Sometimes because some of them like they just if they're new, they're trying to be impressive so they get a certain number. If they're old, they're just cranky.
Well, that's our hour, boys. We want to call it there.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
All right. Thanks for joining us into this bizarre episode of True Bants. We'll catch you in the next one.
See you later, everybody.
But